We spend much of our lives burdened by worries about things far beyond our control. A sudden change of fortune, the opinion of others, the rise and fall of opportunities. These matters consume our thoughts and disturb our peace. The Stoics remind us that the essence of philosophy lies in a single distinction: to know what is ours and what is not. What belongs to us are our thoughts, our judgments, and our choices. What does not belong to us are the outcomes, the circumstances, and the actions of others. To forget this is to suffer endlessly. To remember it is to live freely. Imagine standing before a storm. The winds roar, the rain falls, the branches sway. Can you command the sky to calm itself? Can you order the clouds to break? Number. But you can steady your own mind. You can choose whether to meet the storm with fear or with composure. This is the heart of Stoic practice. It is not the storm that unsettles us, but our demand that the storm should not be there. And when we release that demand, peace returns, even in the midst of chaos. The same is true in the theater of daily life. Someone insults us. Do we control their tongue? Number. Someone passes us by in recognition or fails to repay a kindness. Do we command their gratitude? Number. Yet how often do we let such things gnaw at us as though the world has wronged us? The Stoic knows that the only true wrong lies in one's own actions: to lie, to hate, to act unjustly, to betray reason. The conduct of others is their own burden. Ours is to live with integrity, regardless of what fortune or neighbor brings before us. This understanding frees us from endless anxieties. The athlete worries about victory, the merchant about profit, the politician about reputation. But all these outcomes lie outside the circle of control. What is in their power is effort, honesty, diligence, courage. The athlete can train with discipline, though the victory may slip away. The merchant can deal with fairness, though the market may collapse. The politician can speak with sincerity, though the crowd may jeer. And when each has done what lies within their power, what cause remains for regret? So what belongs to us? Our judgments. Whether we see something as harm or opportunity, as burden or lesson. Our desires, whether we crave what is fleeting or choose to love what is virtuous. Our actions, whether we follow reason or abandon it to impulse. These alone are ours, and in these we are sovereign. No tyrant can seize them, no misfortune can strip them away, unless we ourselves consent to their loss. And what does not belong to us? The body, which weakens and fails. The possessions, which come and go like guests at an inn. The praise of others, which rises and falls like the tide. The accidents of life, wealth or poverty, sickness or health, honor or disgrace. These belong to fortune, not to us. To cling to them as though they were permanent is to chain ourselves to grief. To use them wisely when they are present and release them calmly when they depart is to live in harmony with nature. This is not an excuse for passivity. The Stoic does not say, "Because outcomes are not mine, I will not act." On the contrary, because outcomes are not mine, I am free to act with courage. The soldier marches into battle, not because he can control victory, but because he can control his duty. The farmer tills the soil, not because he can command the harvest, but because he can command his labor. The lover gives kindness, not because it ensures return, but because it is right to love. In this way, the Stoic embraces action without being enslaved to its fruits. What, then, is the weight of control? It is light, if we confine ourselves to what is truly ours. It is crushing, if we try to carry what belongs to others and to fate. The man who tries to command the universe will collapse under its immensity. The one who governs his own soul will walk steadily, even under the weight of misfortune. This is why Epictetus said, "Seek not for things to happen as you wish, but wish for things to happen as they do happen, and your life will go smoothly." Let us practice this each day. When anger stirs, remember, the insult was not in your power, but your response is. When disappointment strikes, remember, the loss was not yours to prevent,
but your attitude toward it is.
When fortune smiles, remember, the gift is not a guarantee, but how you use it is. In this way, we learn to walk through life with calm and courage, anchored not to chance, but to choice. For in the end, the boundary of control is the boundary of freedom. Beyond it lies the play of the world, which we may watch but not command. Within it lies the realm of the soul, which we may govern with wisdom. To confuse the two is misery, to distinguish them is peace. This is the Stoic way, to live lightly with the world and firmly with oneself.
So let us bring our meditation to a close by returning to the central truth. Much of life is not ours. The turning of the seasons, the rising and falling of nations, the judgments of others, the accidents of chance, all of these lie beyond our grasp. We do not command them, and we never will. But within this vast sea of uncertainty lies a small but steady ground, our own reason, our own choices, our own response. Here, and only here, is our kingdom, and it is enough. When we forget this, we waste our strength fighting the winds, cursing the storm, longing for the impossible. But when we remember, we find peace. For the man who accepts what is not his to control cannot be enslaved by it. He is free even in prison, calm even in chaos, unbroken even in loss. Imagine a great actor upon the stage. He does not choose the play, nor the length of his role, nor even the other characters who walk beside him. But he chooses how to perform his part, with dignity or with shame, with courage or with fear. So too with us. Life is the stage, but virtue is the performance. To live the Stoic life is to stop scattering ourselves on things that are not ours. It is to withdraw our energy from what we cannot change and to pour it wholly into what we can. Our thoughts, our words, our deeds. It is to live each day with the quiet strength of one who knows his true domain. And so, when tomorrow comes with its burdens and its surprises, do not ask for an easier world. Ask only to meet it with clarity, to know what belongs to you and what does not, to act well where you are free, and to accept with grace where you are not. This is the weight of control, light when carried wisely, crushing when misunderstood. The wise man carries only his own burden, and in this way, he walks freely through a world that others find heavy.